You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. Hello and welcome back to That Home Loan Hub. I'm joined by James. Hello, James.
Morena.
James, what's on your mind?
Well, I think it's a bit of a taboo topic, but I want to talk about inheritance. It's really what we're seeing is there's going to be a huge transfer of wealth.
I think the biggest we have seen in the history.
Yeah, ever. So what we're referring to there is the baby boomers. Baby boomers are going into retirement, they're getting older, and they have a lot of wealth built up in assets, largely in New Zealand, it's largely property assets. So as these people pass away, they're going to be transferring this wealth to their children, hopefully. So this is going to take place over the next, say, 10, 20 years. So what I think it's really important that people plan for this. Because as you know, if you get a whole lot of money unplanned from a source and you're not used to dealing with that kind of money, there's a real good chance that you're not going to hold on to that money. And I'm just using situations like, when people win lotto. There's plenty of case studies here and abroad where they end up with nothing and actually go bankrupt. They've won $10, $20 million. So they get all this sudden wealth, but they're not used to it. And also the attachments that come with it. You'll get a lot of new friends, for example, and you'll get a lot of people wanting you to help them. So I think it's important that people start thinking about this and how this is going to impact their lives, and to make sure that they, as their parents would want, get the true benefits from the inheritance, which is setting yourself up for the future.
Because my problem, the way I see it, is the generational wealth, right? I mean, the baby boomers done a fantastic job. They worked bloody hard, super hard. They, were really tight with money. They wouldn't probably spend as much. They would know every single penny where it would go. And then they get to a point where they're like, cool, I'm passing this on to the future generations because I worked so hard. I want this to go to my children and to my grandchildren and to their grandchildren. But apparently by the time it gets to like a third generation, it gets wasted.
Yeah. They screw it. I was going to say screw it up.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a big worry for us, right? Because we're in a financial literacy world, we're in a financial capability world, and we use those words a lot because we want to help people do better in life. And this is what we're finding, that if they don't have the tool set, the skills, how to use money or what to do with that money, they will waste it on something that probably not going to give them the return they would hope for in the future.
It's a very I think it would be very stressful and very emotional sort of process. So, we're here to help. Help people plan with their finances. And if you do find yourself in that sort of situation, there are things that you can invest, ways you can invest your money that are going to help you set you up for the future, rather than just spending it all on things like consumer goods and things like that. It's better to work up a plan of what you might do or what you might like to do. So certainly, if it was me, I would be looking at reducing my debt, paying off my mortgage, investing in a suitable rental property that's going to give me income, that kind of thing. If you're interested in the markets, you might be looking at ETF investments, which are a bit more low risk. But the key thing is to have a plan, and not just to make it up when it happens, because that's going to be the most emotional time of your life, right? When somebody passes away that's important to you, and then you've got to make financial decisions. So
the only problem I know of when I talk to people that have those aging parents with wealth, usually those parents don't like to talk about money. They usually quiet, closed up in those conversations because that's not something they were used to be talking about. So for them, it's really weird going, hey, son, guess what? I've got this 3 properties that are coming your way when I die.
Yeah.
So usually they don't talk about it, and they might leave a will behind with their lawyers, and it's all sealed and nobody knows what's going to happen there. So often those kids get a surprise. So be nice to your parents.
Absolutely.
To get a good surprise But and that's where the problem is, right, at the root, where you don't know how much your parents have. You don't know how much is getting passed on to you. So again, just as the previous episode we talked about, assume you get nothing.
Yeah.
So start from that position. You get nothing. But if you do get something, how can you prepare for it?
Absolutely.
What sort of plan can you have in place? What can you do right now to improve yourself and in your own knowledge, in your own skills, learn, read books, listen to our podcasts and other podcasts out there, improve your financial knowledge, because when you do come to that money, if you do, you will know what to do with that.
Exactly. And you don't have to rush. There will be people out there that try to rush you to do stuff, but, everything is under your control. So, you don't necessarily have to do anything straight away. And that's what we find with people buying properties as well. They don't need to rush the actual process, especially at the moment, because it's more of a buyer's market. So the pressure is not there to make a quick financial decision, which can be helpful in terms of making a good decision.
Exactly. No, that's fantastic. Was there anything else to add?
No, that's all good. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That was nice and short. Awesome. Just to wrap it up, guys, basically what you need to be thinking about is what can you do today to improve your future? And this has been a theme going on across various podcasts that we've recorded, because there is money coming through. It's the largest generational wealth transfer that we will see in our history. And to add to that, actually, James, I don't know if you knew, but usually it's the eldest daughter that deals with the finances. Yeah. So if you are a woman and you are the eldest daughter, you might end up dealing with all of that for your parents and being that most hated sibling probably, because you will have to break the news to the other siblings of what's going to happen with the money. So get yourself educated, prepare for the future, but also talk to a financial advisor now, make those connections, make those friendships, have a really good team around you. So you should always have a good financial advisor, a good lawyer, an accountant in your back pocket. And I'm sure you will all know someone, in your circle of friends, there will always be someone of that. But if you don't, then go around and search for that, like prepare your foundation early enough and not rush around in the last minute trying to find someone to help you with those things. So preparation is an absolute key. Thank you so much for listening. If you do want to hear about other podcasts that James and I have recorded around this topic, go back a few episodes ago and you will find us. Thank you so much and see ya.
See ya.
And that's a wrap on that Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.